need to do is to start first with a little bit of talk about the history and the use of the term Qigong. So Qigong, this great term, actually dates from the very far back times of the 1950s. When the Chinese government decided to start researching everything, one of the things they wanted to research was all of these internal practices. And so they had to come up with this term that covered the people who were sitting, standing, moving, breathing, not breathing, whatever it is. And they came up with this term, Qigong, literally Qi work. And they use this term as a catch-all for all things to do with anything. So it's a little bit like saying a car. If someone says to you, hey, I just bought a car, and you go, wow, great, think about it. You have no idea what they bought. It's going to have four wheels, that much you know. Is it a new car, an old car, German car, a Japanese car, a pickup truck, SUV, Prius? I mean, you have no idea, and yet you fully accepted the conversation, and the conversation stopped there. So if someone says, I teach Qigong, it's like saying, I bought a car. If it doesn't occur to you to find out what kind of car they're selling you or they're practicing, it's, you need to do that. So you need to then say, okay, great, let's now take the conversation a little further. Oh, what kind of Qigong do you practice? Does it involve movement or sitting or standing or all of those things? But there is no practice called Qigong. Qigong, like Qi, is a representational term with no specific meaning. It's more like a bag. And anything that has anything to do with anything I don't even want to say internal because there's lots of external things, gets thrown in that bag of name. Now, could you find the word Qigong in existence before the 1950s? Yes. It's not like nobody ever occurred to put those two characters together. Yesterday I talked about Qi is the first character, Qi is the second character. But it was at no point are you going to be able to find any of these old Taoist books or Buddhist books or anything like that where it says, we're going to now do the swimming dragon Qigong. That never was written anywhere. And that's all happened afterwards. And if you can remember that, it will allow you not to attach mystique to something that's not mysterious. And the more you attach mystique to something, the more you're adding to your ink that needs to be swept away, your squid ink. Right? As Dr. Xie said, the only confusion is that we bring to ourselves. And the more you make something mysterious, the harder it is to figure out. So if you can keep that in mind, it has no real history, therefore don't give it any real weight, besides knowing that it is a general conversation term, like the word car.